Hi, this is Rena McThum. I enhance women on the outside to ignite the inside and help them achieve their dreams and goals. I want to talk today about personality types. As long ago as Aristotle, he said there were 4 different temperaments, different ways that people came across, different ways they connected, and different ways they processed information. Now, the modern day, they are broken down into personality types, and we are going to go over the DISC system. There are several different personality models, but this is the one that I took many years ago, and I think has served and helped me so much. So let's start with the first personality type, D. When we think of D, we think about dominating, we think about decision maker, we think about direct. D's are leaders. They make quick decisions. They're risk takers. They like to do things fast. They direct people. So when we're dealing with a D personality, they like challenge. They like someone that has backbone, that stands up, that speaks their mind. You know why? Because that's how they are. And so we like people that are like us. We like people that make us feel comfortable. D's are leaders. So many CEOs and corporate leaders are D's. When dealing with a D, you want to be direct and let them have freedom. They need to think that the way they're doing something has their stamp on it because they're independent and they're risk takers. They move quickly, they make decisions quickly. Now, personality styles don't have weaknesses, as I was taught, but what they do have is they have overused strengths. So being a decision maker is really great, but making rash decisions without thinking them through is not really great. Being direct is awesome when you're telling a toddler to go brush their teeth. You don't want to ask the toddler, should they go brush their teeth, right? You don't want them to think, hey, do I want that in my mouth? Do I like the taste of the toothpaste? You want the toddler to have a direct command so the brain acts on the command. Same with directing employees, but directing someone's spouse or being bossy to their friends, that's not the right place to use the direct command. D's also are dominant, which is fine when you're leading, but it's not fine when you have a group and everyone wants to be included and their feelings can get hurt. D's like to dress professionally. They like to look powerful. I remember this convention I was at, and it was a really casual convention. And one of the speakers was an FBI agent, obviously a D, came in a power suit because, that's how they want to look like. They have power, they have authority. Listen to me, I'm the leader, I'm going to take charge. You want them to be able to give their opinion, but they also need to relax and let them know that other people also have ideas. And even if they don't express them as loud or as direct or as dominantly or with that much power and confidence, other people's ideas also matter, right? So now we're going to go to the second personality type. The second personality type is the I, or the influence. This is the life of the party. When you think of an I, think of the master of ceremony at the circus, the one that gets people excited. Think of the cheerleader, the one that can make people feel a really good mood. I's are fun. They like the social interaction. Where D's worry about being manipulated and controlled because they're so direct and dominating, I's want that social influence. And if you take away that social influence, then they really feel rejected and hurt. How do you know that someone's an I? They're fun. They're easy to talk to. If you ask them, tell me a little bit about yourself, they'll tell you their entire life story. I was born here and then I went to school here. They like to talk. They like to socialize. If you ask an I to get something done, they'll call up 10 friends and make it a party. Even if it is a cleaning the garage, it's going to be a cleaning the garage party. But they like the fun and the social interaction. They like including other people. They're very enthusiastic and very easy to get along with. So what are some of the weaknesses of an I? Well, sometimes I's like having so much fun that they forget to get the task done. They're talking at the water cooler at work. After school, they're socializing that they may forget to go pick up their kids on time. They're always running a little bit late. They're always in a hurry, and they're so busy talking to people they may not notice the time, whether it should start on time or end on time. Come on, life's a party. And do parties really have strict time limits? I's also look at the social aspect of the decision. How will it be taken? What if the task that needs to be done is not popular? They're so busy looking at the social aspect of it that they may not want to do something that is not popular. They may be swayed by peer pressure. You always want to have an I on the team because the I uplifts the team. They get the enthusiasm. Ideally, you would have a D that's a leader that would give the idea to the I, and the I will go sell it to the team because they know how to communicate to people. They know how to get them all revved up and excited about doing a task, whether it's a work task or an at-home task. If you want an announcement done, again, the I personality is great. Think about the cheerleaders at school. They looked good, they were popular, and they knew how to get students to buy in on their ideas. How do I's dress? How do you know someone's an I? Well, they're fun, right? So they have jewelry and necklaces and maybe something sparkly, but something that says professional but party, right? Like they could wear that suit to work, but they could also wear that suit out. They're usually in sales or some kind of motivational position because when you need someone to give people ideas and get them all motivated, that's where you want the I. You want them there to promote your ideas, to promote your company. Like D's, I's move quickly. They make decisions quickly. They're part of the group. They love a crowd. They get energy from other people. So having those other people surround them really helps out. But again, sometimes there's this level of too much fun and too much socializing and the task doesn't get done. Next top personality type is the S, the steady, the secure. S's are family oriented. They like security. They like plans. They like steadiness. They like to know what they can count on. They're very family oriented. When you ask a S, tell me a little bit about themselves, they'll tell you about their spouse and their children. They see themselves in a world of relationships. I'm so-and-so's mom, I'm so-and-so's wife, I'm so-and-so's daughter or son. They see themselves in the middle of the relationships. They like security, they like steady, so nothing too fast, right? They don't like these fast decisions. They don't like changes. S's are just good workers. You have the D make the decision, right? The I goes and promotes the idea. Now the S is just going to carry it out. They know how to get the job done. If you need someone to make sure that after the party, everything's clean, the I's just gonna say, hey, it was a great party. I'm done, I'm going home, or I'm going to bed. The S is the one that's gonna make sure that the dishes get cleaned and we don't leave a mess for the host or hostess. They are service-oriented people. So steady, service, solid, slow, security-minded, those are the S personalities. S's are calm and reliable. They want to know what is the guarantee. So if you're going to sell them a product, they want to know, is it guaranteed? They're great with their family because they always support their family and put their family's needs first. So what are their weaknesses? S's are sometimes too slow and too security oriented to make decisions. They are often so busy helping everybody else and getting all the service jobs done that they don't take care of themselves and they don't see the big picture. S's tend to be slow, so if there's a time deadline where something needs to be done, they don't want that pressure. They'll feel very pressured if you try to force, hey, get this done in a week or get this done by tomorrow. That feels very uncomfortable with them. They like to dress in soft, comfortable clothing, nothing too flashy, nothing too powerful, nothing that makes a statement. I would see an S as a female in just like a nice flowy dress. Nothing that is going to jar anybody, nothing that's too bright or attention seeking. Think of S as the assistant, the secretary. The S is the one that's, kind of in the behind the scenes, making sure everything happens. Think of them on the school board as the PTA mom that makes sure all the programs are implemented. They like service. If it's a religious institution, they're the ones that are there on the Monday helping, and then they're serving food on the Tuesday, and then they're doing the volunteer thing on the Wednesday, because they get their strength from that service. The final personality type is the C, or compliant personality. These people are critical and compliant. They want to know the rules. With C personality, think about scientists, think about engineers. They want to know the details, they want to know the rules. Now, the D would make a decision, right? The I promotes it to the company, the S carries it out, but the C is going to see all your blind spots. Okay, here's everything that can go wrong. Here's potential laws you might be breaking, or compliance rules, or tax implementations. Accountants tend to be C people. Anyone that's dealing with numbers, where they can see like what are the pitfalls that you can fall into if this is not done correctly. So C's are perfectionists, they like correct, they are critical, they are going to show you everything that is wrong with your idea so that you can think it out totally before you make a decision. Again, a strength overused becomes a weakness. So C's are not very social, right? You don't exactly think of the engineer or the accountant at the party, right? And can you imagine a party with all engineers and accountants? Not exactly fun. That's why you need the I's there. They are numbers people. They give you direct, short answers. If I asked to see, hey, tell me a little bit about yourself, they'd say, what do you want to know? What are the parameters? What are the rules? What are the requirements to this question? And I will answer it as precisely as possible so you get the exact information that you want. So this is not a social conversation. They get the decision right. Again, a strength overuse is a weakness. So sometimes they're too critical, or they're too computative, where they're just getting detail after detail after detail on the decision, and they don't make the decision. They get lost in the numbers, and they're not really people, right? So they may not understand that sometimes the way that they're presenting their data or presenting their ideas is not exactly easy to swallow by a person. They are slower to process information because they need a lot of information before they make a decision, and they are information people. So when dealing with a C, be really precise as the information you give them. For example, if your child is a C, be really direct exactly what you want them to do. Go put this cup in the sink, the one on the left side. Don't just give them these general directions where they can't figure out exactly what they want to do, right? Whereas with the S, you want to consider more of their feelings. So you want to make sure that the child is heard and understands that they're in a relationship with you and feels loved. The C needs to know that they are doing it right. The I needs attention, right? It wants influence. So it wants to know that you see them, that you like them, that you think they're pretty, that you like the way they look, that they're having fun. And the D wants to know that you believe in their ideas, because they're natural born leaders, so they're gonna challenge you either way. So DISC, what is the best? When I first took the test, I was a C, off the charts as an electrical engineer, and I hated talking to people. But what I realized is you want some of each temperament. So ideally, you would have a balance of all of the four. So what I learned to do was I learned to bring up my influence so I could influence and communicate with people. I learned to bring up my decision-making and leadership skills, and I learned to build up my relationship and get the job skills done. Because ideally you want to have a good mix of all four, because that is going to give you the perfect team, and that is going to give you the perfect person, because every situation requires a different type of response. So my name is Rina Maktoum. Click the link below to get my guide for creating your dream life.